Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most iconic names in the world of motorcycles at the 2026 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy 114. If you're a cruiser enthusiast or someone who's just getting into the Harley universe, this video is one you don't want to miss. The Fat Boy has always been a symbol of muscle, style, and sheer presence on the road. But the 2026 model brings with it a few notable updates, new refinements, and some hidden surprises that deserve a closer look. So buckle up, or rather, strap on your helmet, because we're about to explore every inch of this beast. Let's start with the first thing you notice the moment the bike rolls into view: the design. Harley hasn't strayed far from the heritage of the Fat Boy, and that's a good thing. The 2026 model still has that unmistakable wide stance, that aggressive look, and that signature solid disc Leicester wheel design. But look closer, and you'll see that Harley has subtly refined the front profile. The headlamp, though still in that classic nacelle casing, is now sleeker with full LED integration, giving off a more modern, almost menacing glow. The finish is immaculate, offered in a new range of premium color options like vivid black, billiard gray, and the new industrial yellow that's already turning heads. Chrome continues to dominate the aesthetic, but it's now contrasted with black powder-coated components in a way that balances flash and boldness. Moving along the side profile, the Fat Boy lives up to its name with its chunky, muscular look. Those massive 160mm front and 240mm rear tires are not just for show, they give the bike a planted, almost tank-like road presence. Harley-Davidson has improved the frame subtly for better rigidity and less vibration, though you'll still feel every bit of the Fat Boy's rawness, which, let's be honest, is part of its appeal. The Milwaukee-Eight 114 engine is proudly exposed, with finely detailed cooling fins and chrome accents. The fuel tank features a reworked emblem that now combines a modern font with a nod to the vintage Harley badge styling. The dual exhausts are slightly redesigned as well, still bold, still beefy, but now with a more refined chrome sweep that accentuates the bike's low-slung stance. From the rear, the 2026 Fat Boy keeps it clean and purposeful. The rear fender is tight and hugs the rear tire perfectly, giving the whole bike that low and aggressive cruiser silhouette. Integrated LED tail lamps and turn indicators are seamlessly embedded, which helps maintain the sleek look while offering better visibility. The seat is reshaped for improved rider comfort and now includes an optional backrest for those planning longer road trips. There's also a small change in the grab rail design, making it slightly more ergonomic and easier for passengers to grip without breaking the overall aesthetic. Now, while most people don't buy a Fat Boy for its interior in the traditional car sense, we still need to talk about the rider interface and cockpit experience. Sitting on the 2026 Fat Boy feels like commanding a powerful cruiser tank. The saddle height is still low at 25.9 inches, making it accessible to a broad range of riders. The handlebar is wide and slightly pulled back, giving a relaxed and confident riding posture. The instrument cluster is now fully digital, a welcome modernization, and it features a high-contrast LCD with speedometer, tachometer, trip meter, fuel gauge, gear indicator, and even Bluetooth connectivity for turn-by-turn navigation when paired with your smartphone. The new switch gear is more tactile, and the overall ergonomics have been subtly improved to make the riding experience more intuitive and enjoyable. Performance-wise, the heart of the 2026 Fat Boy remains the Milwaukee-Eight 114 engine, which translates to 1,868 cc of torque-heavy V-twin power. It pumps out around 94 horsepower and a jaw-dropping 119 pounds-feet of torque. This engine is all about low-end grunt and highway cruising, and it absolutely delivers. The throttle response is immediate, and the engine has a deep, rumbling character that Harley fans crave. The 6-speed transmission is smooth, though there's a mechanical feel to it that reinforces the idea that you're handling a serious machine. The 2026 version includes slight tuning tweaks for better fuel mapping and improved mid-range power delivery, which you'll notice during overtakes or climbing steep roads. Handling is surprisingly nimble for a bike this size. The fat tires help in stability, but Harley has also refined the suspension settings. It uses Showa dual bending valve front forks and a preload adjustable rear monoshock, which means the bike soaks up road imperfections better than ever. Cornering still requires a bit of planning due to the bike's heft, but the Fat Boy rewards smooth, confident inputs with stable, planted riding. Braking is handled by solid disc brakes with 4-piston calipers up front and 2-piston in the rear, and ABS comes standard. Overall, for a cruiser, the Fat Boy performs with grace and attitude, perfectly blending brute power with modern-day control. In terms of fuel efficiency, the 2026 Fat Boy delivers respectable numbers for a heavyweight cruiser. You can expect around 43 to 47 miles per gallon depending on riding style and conditions. With a fuel tank capacity of 5 gallons, that translates into a decent touring range. Not groundbreaking, but practical enough for weekend runs or longer open road adventures without constantly scanning for gas stations. Now, let's talk money. The 2026 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy 114 starts at approximately $21,000, with pricing varying based on color options, dealer location, and accessory packages. If you go for some of the premium paint jobs or the Screamin' Eagle performance upgrades, expect to go north of $23,000. For those considering customization, and let's face it, Harley riders love to personalize. Harley's parts catalog remains extensive, offering everything from custom seats to performance exhausts and ape-hanger handlebars. While it's not the cheapest cruiser on the market, few bikes offer the legacy, street presence, and soul-stirring performance that the Fat Boy brings to the table. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what makes the 2026 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy 114 such a standout. It's not just a motorcycle, it's a rolling piece of Americana. Harley has managed to retain everything that makes the Fat Boy iconic: the solid wheels, the muscular build, that thundering V-twin. But it's also brought it into the modern era with refined suspension, digital instrumentation, better connectivity, and subtle improvements that make it more livable without dulling its raw character. This bike isn't trying to be something it's not. It's proud, loud, and unapologetically bold. If you're someone who appreciates timeless style, authoritative power, and the kind of bike that makes a statement wherever you ride, the 2026 Fat Boy 114 remains a top-tier choice. It's not for everyone, and that's exactly the point. This bike has attitude, character, and a legacy that's been refined rather than reinvented. Thanks for riding along with us today. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth motorcycle content, and let us know in the comments what you think of the new Fat Boy. Would you ride one, or are you holding out for something else in Harley's 2026 lineup? Either way, keep the rubber side down, ride safe, and we'll see you in the next one.